Hey everyone, Ittarra here, bringing you a little bit of an update as well as a few other things. As of right now, my laptop is not returned yet. I have what I call a Frankentop at this point. It looks like the monster Frankenstein and the Johnny Five from Short Circuit had a very, very late night with a lot of different alcohols to make this thing. Well, I wanted to give you guys an update and tell you in detail what exactly happened to my laptop. I upgraded from Windows 10, and it was a couple of weeks and everything else, but I realized I couldn't record properly. There were a few things that just ended up, not really working out. My recorder would freeze at one frame while exporting or editing, and then it would just stay there. There would be nothing else. It would just purely be that one frame. The audio and everything else would go fine, and I was like, well, this sucks, I can't take this. And then a notification, or an alert, whichever you want to call it, pops up saying, if you are unhappy with Windows 10, you may feel free to switch back to Windows 7, because, that was there from the very beginning. If you don't like it or anything else, you can do this. And it's like, okay, well, I want to go back to Windows 7. So I click, yeah, revert back to Windows 7 and everything else. And lo and behold, I have nothing at that point. So essentially, I lost Windows 10, Windows 7, and every single one of my recordings, thumbnails, and everything else. My laptop was completely wiped clean. It was not a virus, because this is actually, from Windows, etc., etc. It is actually from the site. It's not, an email or an alert or a notification. It was just genuinely there for you to revert back. And I'm like, oh, there's no problem here. I was wrong. Very, very wrong. And also in this little match right here, with this round, I'm a little bit of a dickbag because I just speedbagged Spencer because there was an exorbitant amount of shit-talking going on. So, there's a friendly teabag here and there, or 50. But what ended up happening was, I had to do that, and it was just, I couldn't even get anything out, because everything was lost. I couldn't even get to my desktop. So, there's that, and the alert is, the laptop is going through, what it needs to get clean and, get everything else back. I'm hoping to get it back before my birthday, which is next Friday. I'm hoping to get it back before then to give you guys some more matches and everything else. But as of right now, I have, like I said, I have the love child of the monster of Frankenstein and Johnny Five. But even though I had no laptop, I still did a little bit of research because, 360 has a web browser and everything else, and I found out that Bandai and Namco are going to be speaking at Tokyo Game Show. I believe it's September 9th to the 11th. I have to double check, but if I'm wrong, I'll put an annotation right here for this year's Tokyo Game Show, and that's when there's probably going to be more information about Soulcalibur 6, because at E3, there was no information whatsoever at it. It was just, their own thing, which is understandable because they just had the popularity poll not even a month prior. I don't care how good you are, you cannot get a full 3D fighter in 1 month in any sort or form in alpha. You cannot do it. So, it's not a matter of, they're being lazy or we're twisting their arms or what have you. It's just one of those things where it's like, you just gotta be patient to see what else happens. But, hopefully with how Namco and Bandai are gonna go along with it, and hopefully, an extra couple of months, it equals, hey, we now have this very, very early alpha build with just like maybe 1 or 2 characters, and we'll be able to show you something. But problem is I'm not sure if that'll actually happen, just due to the fact that I want actual gameplay of Soulcalibur 6, not cinematics, because we've been teased with cinematics before. I'm looking at you, Lost Swords! So, here's hoping that the next big update from Namco, Bandai, and everybody else, Project Soul, or whoever is working on it, because it, as was, in my previous video, it is by a smaller company inside of Namco Bandai that are just taking it over. But here's the thing. It might seem like it's a bad thing, but at the same token, it could be an exponentially good thing, because that means that instead of getting distracted with their other releases like Tekken 7, Dark Souls 3, and so on and so forth, it'll actually get its proper... fuck literature. It's going to get its proper dues. It's going to get its proper attention to detail and everything else. And I was kind of ranting and raving at this point because the book did not save me, and, literature had betrayed me. We're in a library, I'm supposed to be here learning, and I just learned about Derp. That's pretty much what just happened right there, and I got pissed about it. But, you know, one thing I can say for certain is no matter which way it goes, as long as it's not another Lost Swords, I'll be happy with whatever iteration is in the Soulcalibur universe. I want Soulcalibur 6, don't get me wrong, I do. But at the same token, I just want something that brings it back to its former glory. It doesn't necessarily even have to be Soulcalibur 6. It can be what just as long as it's not some free-to-play nonsense that Lost Swords was. That takes away from everything else. But this is I'm gonna end it here because I can feel that this laptop is not enjoying what I'm doing. So I will hope to see you guys in a little bit longer. Just please be patient with me. And again, I apologize for this in advance. But I wanted to give you guys a small little update with what I could and everything else. So here's hoping to, you know, me getting everything back hastily and being able to, you know, tune into Tokyo Game Show and see what happens. If there's any news of Soulcalibur 6, you'll get it first right here, because I refuse to fall behind on this. This is my baby. This is the baby of my channel. I'm gonna make it prosper. If you all enjoyed this, if you want to see more good matches and everything else like this, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, everything else to help support me along the way. Take care, everyone, and be safe. Later, and thank you again for watching.